Hey, what's going on, guys? So my name is Ipe. I've been doing the rank and rent business model for over the last 8 years. I also today run a global blog. So my understanding of SEO and how to create content, I've been fine tuning it for a long time, but it's at a higher level because it's much harder to rank a global blog versus a local site, right? But I'm gonna give you some quick tips on how to create content for the rank and rent site. So first of all, yeah, right now I'm trying to rank for junk removal in Sacramento, California. My buddy wants to start a junk removal business, so I'm helping him out. Anyways, let's just say you pick a niche, a city. First, you want to like kind of obviously look at the competition. We got junkking.com, but remember it says here it's a location Sacramento page, so it's not that's a national brand. This one is also like a national brand. Um, this is like a city of Sacramento kind of site. Um, this seems to be a Sacramento site. So you kind of want to look at these like sites, take a look at, do a word count. If they have, the basic guideline is like if they have 1,000 words, you want 2,000 words. But remember, it's not just the words. Google is now smart enough to read your content using natural language processing. So you have to like make the words count and make it high quality. So what do I mean by that? So here's a couple tips. So let's just do a Google search of junk removal, right? All right, I already did the search. And then what you'll find is like people ask section will give you some good topics to cover in your article. So this is gonna give you some relevant topics that people often ask related to this main topic. So that tells you that Google deems these topics as important for your niche. So yeah, you can just open these up. You can reference this. Obviously, you don't want to copy word for word, but how do I get rid of couch in SF? Right now, I'm located in San Francisco. So, yeah, I mean, that might be a question. So, you might put a little guide on your site about, how to get rid of your couch. How much is junk removal in SF? So you might have a section about the average cost of junk removal, estimated average cost in your city. That would be really useful content. Um, do I need license to for junk removal in California? So again, that would be, you might even create like a FAQ section where you answer some of these questions. So that's a really good way to understand what to write about. So you don't want to just because you want to write more words than your competitor, you don't want to just kind of write about the same thing over and over again. That's called creating bloated content. You want to be as concise as possible. So you don't want to create bloated content ideally. Now again, depending on your competitors, like you probably, you can get away with like being not as high level and local in rank and rent, but the better you do, like the better chances you will have and possibly faster at outranking competitors. So as you can see, like in local, like the competitor, I mean, it's not, there's not much content here. It's not very high level. Um, but what Google's also looking at is like how much different entities, what's called entities, do you cover in your content? So um, our professional junk removal services caters to individuals ranging from average homeowners to extreme hoarders. Um, so if you can cover more specific details, the better your content, the higher quality your content becomes. Maybe you look up statistics in your industry. Maybe if you're doing plumbing, maybe you look at statistics like, you know, um, and then you kind of interweave certain data and facts and stats in your content. Another thing you can do is become more specific about the area that you're covering. So for example, if I'm creating content for Sacramento junk removal, then maybe you look up different junk removal locations in Sacramento and you begin to list these locations, or you can begin talking about different neighborhoods. That is more detailed, higher level information than just saying, hey, we do junk removal in Sacramento. Maybe you talk about the different neighborhoods of Sacramento. Again, I'm making this video very brief. It can go more in depth, but um, this is a YouTube video, so I'm making it really as concise as possible. Now, another thing to keep in mind is check out the top company here and pull them up in Google. So let's do a site semicolon, remove the HTTP. This will give you how many pages your competitor has. This competitor has 35 pages, right? So he's got some furniture removal service, Carmichael junk removal service. So that's like a neighborhood. Rancho Cordova. So that's one thing you can add as well, is like cover the neighborhoods, create pages about different neighborhoods. However, if you do too much of that, then every neighborhood page is gonna look more or less the same kind of content. So you kind of want to balance it out with different types of content, not just all neighborhood content, because then all your pages are gonna have very, very similar content, right? Because you're just swapping out the neighborhood. So what I would recommend is talking about more about different services that your niche offers. So a really good way to search for that. So you want to write this down, right? Like, this guy has 35 pages. I bet Google will look at me as more of an authority if I build more than 35 pages. And it's important to like take a look at the quality of these pages as well, and try to make your content, individual content, better. Sofa removal, let's take a look. So again, it's an okay page, but I believe with a little bit of effort, a little bit of like answering more people ask questions, you can create a way more informative content than this. Let's take a look at, if you're trying to rank in a smaller city or medium-sized city, then take your niche and search it in big markets like Dallas or Chicago or LA. These are very competitive places, and take a look at the websites that are ranked at the top for those cities, and either do the same thing that I just did, like site semicolon, and take a look at the different pages they have. You might get different ideas. Even just go to their page and go to their services page, right? And then you can see all the different service pages they have. Spa removal. I mean, obviously junk removal is not the greatest example to finding out different service pages, but if it's like roofing, plumbing, etc., they'll have a service menu here, and then you can check out all the different services that a niche has. It's a good idea to write as much of those pages as possible to have more authority than your competitor. Now, if your competitor only has 5-10 pages, you might not need that many pages to have Google look at you as authority. Now, I'm not gonna say just because you build all those pages you're gonna outrank your competitors. Google looks at different factors as well. Like I said, quality of the content. It's not just writing words, right? It has to be quality. Plus, there's other factors like backlinks, citations, these different things, and having GMB. Like, these different things play a role as well. But for this junk removal site, that's the free way to do it. Now, if you got the money, and you can get Ahrefs, which is like $70 a month. We have group buys in our program that allows you to get this for a little bit cheaper, but essentially this tool allows you to pull up a competitor, let's just pull up a national brand like Junk King, and if we go to organic keywords, that site has some issues going on. I don't know what's going on. So I pull up a different junk removal site here, and then you can see all the keywords, you know, that the site is ranking for. So you want to start making note of different pages that you can write, like trash removal, shed removal. You know, this is all kind of branded keywords, right? But you know, you can keep going to the next page. And TV disposal, that would be another page, that a good page to write. Now what you're aiming for, and then you can make a note like I have here, because I'm building one in Sacramento. You know, piano removal, office junk hauling, and more of these topics, because Google understands that these topics are related to junk removal. So the more of these topics that you can cover, more Google will look at you as an authority, the higher probability that you'll be able to rank your competitors. That's that. This should be pretty good for a very basic overview. Now, I just noticed here, like, this is a quality. This is an example of like not great copywriting. So here he's repeating junk Sacramento, California like twice. Junk removal, like, it's not that great to like repeat the same keyword over and over and over again like this. Okay. You ideally want to use different words like junk hauling, trash hauling, different keywords that you will find out through research. Keywords everywhere tool is a pretty good tool as well, like junk removal. So this is a tool you can get. Keywords everywhere tool gives you different keywords, and then the more you click around, the more ideas it'll give you. So you also want to make a list of different keywords that you should include in your content, so that you're not repeating the same word over and over and over again, because this is not really helping you. You really only need to repeat this word once or twice in the content, and this is the main keyword, so you're gonna have it in the site title, and that should be enough. The more It'd be more beneficial, advantageous to use different words so that your article can pick up more and more keywords. Now, there's other ways, like if you have Google AdWords, you can use Keywords Planner. It'll give you some keyword idea. Obviously, you know, Keywords Explorer and Ahrefs will give you even more keyword ideas. But yeah, essentially that's one advantage of like sticking to few niches too, because once you create a huge list of keywords for your niche or a few topics, then you can rinse and repeat the same list for other cities. When I got started with Rank and Rent, you know, I focused on 5 niches. I don't buy this idea that you should stick to one niche, because that's kind of limit you, you know. I think it's pretty easy to focus on at least 5, you know, because once you do this research initially for one niche, you can repeat it for all these different other cities. So, I mean, to do research for 5 different niches is not that difficult, guys. So, all right. So I hope you guys like this video. Again, I wanted to make this short and sweet. But yeah, we have a coaching program, 7,000 students. This is the program that I became successful in, and I became one of the coaches, the mentors in the program. And you know, I wholeheartedly believe we have the best Rank and Rent program out there. So if you're interested, click on the link on the description. I will see you guys next time.